because you want to be very careful before you take this kind of step unless you can deliver the outcome that the people there are literally betting their lives on. Now, Giselle, what is now the fundamental question? What America must accomplish if they do anything? How wired in that you are to women like you in Iran, putting it all on the line. How much of their efforts right now do you believe is based on a belief that America is coming?
Pretty much none of it. Let's be very honest, Chris. Whether we help or we don't, the people of Iran have made up their mind. The people of Iran are under occupation. Let's make that very clear for everybody who's speaking about Iran. Iran was a free nation until 1979. There was an Islamo-Marxist coup. The Ayatollahs are not Iranians. They were produced in the Islamic schools of Iraq, then went to Paris, and then were brought in on an Air France flight to Iran to take over our government and replace it with an Islamic regime that is killing Iranians every single day. The people of Iran has been rising year after year. We had several opportunities to help them. In 2009, Obama refused to help them. In 2020, when the people were in millions in the streets for an entire year, President Biden refused to help them. Now is the third biggest opportunity right now. And let me make that very clear, because you asked the question about risking to help them, what kind of risk that would be. What would be the risk of not helping them right now? This is our D-Day. The Islamic regime is not some government. These are not some protesters. These are Iranians liberating their country from an occupation that they did not choose. When France was liberating itself from the Nazi occupation, we didn't ask what are our risks of getting involved. We understood if we don't get involved, this is coming, because it was spreading through the region. The Islamic regime and jihadism is spreading through the region. They have their troops in Syria, Gaza, Yemen, Lebanon. They're coming over here. You remember my father, before they kidnapped him, they tried to assassinate him here in Los Angeles, just like they tried to assassinate our president. What more has to happen? Our entire government is infiltrated by these regime agents. You remember how they were not letting me go on TV, how our media, academia, and everything were pretty much like I couldn't go on any station besides yours and a couple more, because they're so afraid of us, because the Islamic regime has their tentacles here in DC, in America. So we have to intervene. How that looks like, that's up to the president. If they are debating about what kind of military action they can take, they can look at Israel. It's very funny for us when we see people showing oil fields or ports or something, and should we attack here or there? Israel, when they were at war with the right hand of the Islamic regime, Hamas, in Gaza, they didn't debate if they should go to the beaches or if they should bomb a Tabulistan. It was the military bases of Hamas. The same thing is in Iran. The military bases, the Islamic jihadist bases, are the IRGC headquarters and the Basij bases. That is very clear. Even if we don't intervene, even if we refuse to look at history when it's poking us in the eyes and telling us this is a liberation movement, this is our moment to clear the world of the biggest occupation our nation has ever seen, the people of Iran are determined. I'm speaking directly to the underground fighters inside of Iran. They are coming back from the streets with their friends being killed by machine guns, and they are euphoric. You don't even know what the mood inside of Iran is right now. They're going in millions to the streets. They understand they're going to be gunned down, but they said we will stay until it's done. So it's going to happen. Only difference is if we help them, there's going to be less bloodshed.
Giselle, thank you. That was passionate, insightful, and helpful. I appreciate it. DM, you're always those things. General, thank you for making it understandable and relatable. Let's see what the next step is, and then we'll reconvene and see where we are. Thank you each and all.